As I trudged through the sun-baked sands of the Mojave Desert, my metal detector humming softly in my grip, I couldn't shake the feeling that this forgotten corner held secrets just waiting to be unearthed. Inside this ancient city, where weathered ruins whispered tales of bygone eras, my device suddenly beeped wildly, pulling me toward something astonishing buried deep in the old foundations. Unbelievable, I thought, as the signal grew stronger. Could this be the find that changes everything? My heart raced with anticipation, the dry wind carrying a hint of mystery from the crumbling structures around me. What lay hidden here, untouched for over a century, promised to reveal layers of history I never imagined. I knelt down, brush in hand, ready to dig into the past. My first discovery emerged from the dusty soil, a tarnished silver dollar from the 1880s, minted during California's silver rush. As I held it up to the light, I marveled at its intricate Liberty Head design, a relic from the Comstock Lode era when prospectors flocked to these deserts chasing fortunes. This coin wasn't just metal. It symbolized the boom and bust cycles that built the American West, valued today by collectors at several $100s for its rarity and historical significance. It connected me to those hardy miners who toiled under the relentless sun, forging the nation's expansion. Wiping off the grime, I pocketed it carefully, eager for more. Deeper into the ruins, near what seemed like an old assay office foundation, my detector pinged again, leading me to a rusted miner's pickaxe head from the late 19th century. Crafted from forged steel, this tool bore the marks of countless strikes against rock, a testament to the grueling labor that extracted silver ore from these hills. Historically, such artifacts highlight the technological shifts in mining during America's industrial awakening, often fetching thousands at auctions for their authenticity. It reminded me how these implements powered the economy, turning remote outposts into thriving hubs. I traced my fingers over its worn edge, imagining the hands that once wielded it. Venturing toward a cluster of collapsed wooden beams, the beep intensified, unveiling a delicate porcelain shard from a Victorian-era tea set, likely imported from the East Coast in the 1890s. Adorned with faded floral patterns, this piece spoke to the domestic lives of settlers who brought civility to the wild frontier, valuing it as a symbol of refinement amid hardship. Collectors prize these for their insight into cultural exchanges during westward migration, with complete sets commanding high prices due to their scarcity. It evoked stories of families gathering in makeshift homes, blending old-world elegance with new-world grit. I set it aside gently, pondering its journey here. As the afternoon sun dipped lower, casting long shadows over the abandoned pathways, another signal drew me to a buried brass lantern frame from the railroad expansion period around 1900. This artifact, with its intricate filigree, illuminated the vital role of railways in connecting isolated desert towns to the rest of the U.S., facilitating trade and migration. Its historical value lies in representing the engineering feats that unified a growing nation, often appraised at over $1,000 for well-preserved examples. Holding it, I felt the pulse of progress that once echoed through these valleys. The find fueled my determination to keep searching. Pushing further into a secluded ravine lined with eroded stone walls, my detector alerted me to a small gold locket, engraved with initials from the early 20th century, perhaps belonging to a pioneer woman. Inside, faint traces of a photograph hinted at personal stories of love and loss during the homesteading era, when families staked claims in harsh lands. Such items are treasured for their emotional and historical depth, revealing intimate glimpses into American frontier life, and can be worth hundreds to collectors. It underscored the human resilience that shaped the West. I clasped it shut, adding it to my growing collection. The air grew cooler as I approached a forgotten well shaft where the next beep uncovered a Native American arrowhead, finely knapped from obsidian, dating back to pre-colonial times before the mining influx. This tool embodied the indigenous people's deep connection to the land, used for hunting in the Mojave's vast expanses, and holds immense cultural value as evidence of ancient survival skills. Museums and historians seek these for their educational insights into pre-U.S. history, often valuing them highly for rarity. As I examined its sharp edges, I reflected on the layers of habitation this desert had seen long before settlers arrived. As the shadows lengthened across the quiet ruins, my detector gave its loudest, most insistent signal, yet right at the base of what looked like the crumbled cornerstone of an old saloon. I dug carefully, heart pounding, until my trowel hit something solid and heavy. Brushing away layers of desert dust, I uncovered a small, perfectly preserved cast-iron strongbox, its lid still latched tight after more than a century underground. Inside, nestled in faded velvet lining, lay a collection of original 1870s U.S. assay office gold ingots, small bars, stamped with the San Francisco Mint marks, each weighing about an ounce. These weren't just gold. They were direct remnants of the Comstock lode's peak output when raw bullion was assayed, stamped, and shipped to build the nation's growing economy. Historians value such intact sets highly, often in the tens of thousands of dollars, because they represent the literal foundation of American wealth during the Silver Rush era. Holding them in my hands felt like touching the very pulse of frontier ambition and hardship. I sat back on my heels, staring at the gleaming bars in disbelief. This was the kind of once-in-a-lifetime find that detectorists dream about but rarely see. The strongbox itself bore faint engravings of the original owner's initials and a date from 1878, tying it to the height of Calico's silver boom when miners poured their earnings into secure storage amid lawless times. It told a story of trust, risk, and the raw drive that turned a barren desert into a bustling town. The weight of history settled over me as the sun dipped below the jagged hills, painting everything in golden light. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible adventure through the Mojave's hidden past. I hope you enjoyed hearing about every dusty, astonishing discovery as much as I loved unearthing them. Drop a comment below and let me know which object surprised you the most or which one you liked best. I read every single one and love hearing your thoughts. If you want to catch more real treasure hunting stories like this, make sure to join the channel by hitting that subscribe button, turning on the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and giving this video a thumbs up. It really helps more people find these adventures. Until the next hunt, stay curious, keep digging, and I'll see you out there.